is lacking again today?
Not so much. It was not so clear. We have our situations. We cross the ball. We have the second balls. So we were quite aggressive today. We need to be more aggressive because you can feel it that we have good build up until the last third, and then we miss something. But we need to work on that. But I think we faced the competition in the right way today. We were competitive.
Sorry, is that an issue for the team? Just looking at the squad, you even look at the team on paper and you think it's one that's going to struggle to score goals. Is that something, when you talked last week about needing to be brave in the summer, is that the area, attacking areas? Do you need to add more goals to this team?
We'll not talk about the summer. The good thing is that in the Europa League we are scoring many goals. So now we are going to prepare the game for Europa League. Of course, we have to deal with a lot of things during the summer. But again, today we was a really good game to prepare also the final. Because if we put some players out, and the feeling of the last game is there. Almost 10 days without playing, for me, I think it would be a mistake. So I think was a good thing for them to play, to feel that they can do it. We can control the game. We can have possession. We can push the opponent. All these small things, I know for sure that the players are feeling in this moment. But in the end, in this club, in any club, you need to win, and we are not winning games.
We're going to
beaten tonight, but they're hoping they're all going to be fit and ready and firing, full of goals on Wednesday night. Is this the biggest problem for this Manchester United squad right now?
Yeah, it's the same interview that we've heard from the manager. He's obviously frustrated.
It's very difficult for him to
keep
answering those same questions.
Absolutely, I'm not knocking him for that. I'm just making a point about it. We've heard it all before. They don't score enough goals. He talked about aggression. They've had one shot on target. No goal tonight. No goal against West Ham. He's talking about obviously Europe, but this was a league game. You got to focus on the league, what we're talking about. Talks about what they can do in the final third, but that's the most important part of football. Obviously, you got to defend properly, and you got to be aggressive. Like when you look at the goal, if you want to analyse the goal, Garnacho just runs by him. James, he doesn't even tackle him. He doesn't be aggressive. So they have a problem, and they've got no striker. Hoyland tonight looked like the young kid for Chelsea. He looked like he's just come out of the academy. His runs weren't right. His timing, his hold-up play. Again, if you're a striker for playing for Man United, you walk up, you know how to, again, even for the whole team, one shot on target. It's just...
But do you think he would be better with more quality around him?
But we keep making excuses for him. We talk about confidence, but you still think when you're a striker up there, you've got to make something happen sometimes. And what the big clubs have, and United have always had, strikers who can produce something by themselves, even if they're not getting great service. They produce something because they've got quality, they've got a bit of desire, determination, a bit of experience. Football intelligence. We don't see that with Hoyland. So United are up against it all the time. Obviously, he needs a little bit of support, but my goodness, sometimes you got to just do a bit better. I think he got a ball in the first half on the edge of the box, and he didn't even know he wasn't even in the right body position to take a shot, and he knocks it back. He should be getting an on goal.
So we've talked about this summer, and we've heard this language of being brave this summer from Ruben Amorim. If that means a big turnover of players, how many of this Manchester United group would you have a not for sale sign on?
Well, truthfully, obviously you'd have to be realistic. You're not going to get everyone of it. People like Bruno and listen, it's the ones just the ones.
Bruno or.
Well, Bruno's always on who springs to mind because obviously he's a brilliant player. But of course, there's a few you have to go on to. Just talk about Garnacho. You look at Maguire. We've got new players who come into the club. They need time to settle in. Obviously, the big decision on the goalkeeper. You need a world-class striker. But it's who comes in for these players.
So would you fight to keep some of these younger ones that have been talked about? Garnacho, Kobbie Mainoo, Rasmus Højlund?
No, I wouldn't be. On them three. I wouldn't be hanging my hat on them three to get Man United. Mainoo comes on tonight. I watched him closely. He's strolling around the place. Some of his passes were sloppy. So when you're on about coming on the pitch, Garnacho is very he's immature.